Universal Studios, and the Harry Potter weekend is going on. I wasn't here Friday because I had school and everything would be closed, so I'm at the second day of the Harry Potter weekend. Today during the celebration, I'm going to be watching the Q&A with the actors from the movies, and also going to be watching a costume contest that's going on. And tomorrow I'll hit up all of the expos. So at a regular convention, there's a lot of different themes. But here, there's only one theme, Harry Potter. So it's nice to have thousands of people that have one thing in common with you, being huge Harry Potter fans. So I came kind of late and didn't get good seats for the Q&A, and it's like really crowded over there. So let's see if we can catch a glimpse of the Q&A, and then we can go to Diagon Alley. Behind me on the soundstage, a Q&A is about to start with the actors of Harry Potter. This is a good opportunity to see some actors in real life.
Please welcome STANISLAV.
Very funny. I've got to do it. Okay. Hey-oh. Hey-oh. Oh, that feels great. Yeah. Guys, you've got to try this shit.
Hello, everyone. She portrayed the youngest member of the Weasley family. Please welcome the talented actress, WRIGHT. You have to, Bonnie.
Over here, there's some Harry Potter chalk art with some scenes from the movie. These are some really good details. The reason this is the best time to be in Diagon Alley is because it doesn't only look like Diagon Alley. It feels like you're actually there because everyone's in costume. So here's a funny story. When I first got my passes to Universal, we all went to Universal, and it happened to be the same day as the Harry Potter celebration weekend. But we didn't know that was going on. So we came there and everyone was like in cosplay, and we just thought that's how people just normally dressed in Universal. So the next time we went, when it wasn't Harry Potter weekend, we put together cosplay and we went there, but no one else was wearing cosplay, and we were like, where did all the cosplayers go? The costume contest was amazing.
I do believe Newt's lasted longer. Congratulations, Jay. You have won a celebration of Harry Potter 2018 costume showcase. Let's give one more big round of applause.
The costume contest just ended, but let me tell you, these were like movie quality costumes. And luckily, they're going to be taking a picture behind me. So you should be able to catch a glimpse of some of the good ones behind me. I can't decide which one's my favorite. I think I like the Pygmy Puffs the best. What's your favorite? Leave it in the comments below. Pygmy meatball I see? Oh, the big meatball.
Keeping the peace, keeping the peace. Oh, it's the peace.
Never mind. Yet, because I'm coming back tomorrow for the expos. Hey everybody, I'm here for day 3 of the Harry Potter weekend, and now I'm dressed like Hedwig. We're currently waiting in line for the Harry Potter expo. So when you're in the building, there's lots of different experiences to do. We're gonna do the studio tour, like last year. Ridiculous. We're about to enter the studio tour exhibit.
Hi guys, welcome to the Warner Brothers Studio Tour. We are going to be showing you guys different props throughout the movies. This year, each prop had some type of practical special effect that had to do with it, meaning we did not use a lot of computers for that scene. With that being said, the effect is amazing, so I recommend holding on to your photos and video recordings so you can do as many as possible, take as many photos as you can. The first one that I'm going to talk about are these awesome candles right up here. We are in the Great Hall, if you can tell by these pictures around us. These candles were used in the filming itself. The first film though, we actually used real candles. Big problem because of these wires, because of how hot it gets, the wires break. And then see, you're thinking about it already. The candle will then fall and then hurt somebody, and we don't want that. We didn't want that. So what we did was we switched it to these candles up here. They did have the same wiring system, so you couldn't really see it yet. But we then brought back computer-generated imagery to make it feel like it was to make it show like it was a real candle floating up above your heads for it. So hang tight right here. We're going to be going into the next room. We're going to make sure it's the next one available.
That's awesome.
You can get
Is
closer.
that the Goblet of
You can turn off
Fire?
and you can say that you actually stood next to the Goblet of Fire.
Yes.
So yes, if you're wondering, this is the Goblet of Fire, but it's not the original actually. This is actually Goblet of Fire number 2. The original one is still in London. Part of the reason being is because the original one is heavy and fragile. It was actually made it's carved out of real wood, English elm, and it was made by the prop master Pierre Bohannon. Now this one actually appears in a scene in the middle of the Goblet of Fire where they're announcing the Triwizard competitors. They wanted to add a practical effect, some lights and some internals to the Goblet of Fire, but doing that to Pierre's version would essentially involve carving into it and ruining it. So this version they made for that film. It was actually cast very differently. It was actually made out of fiberglass and resin by the special effects supervisor John Richardson. So it's completely hollow. Alright, so they would enhance the flame in post-production with some CGI, but they use this to announce the competitors. So they've announced Fleur Delacour and Cedric Diggory and Victor Crumb, and while everyone's celebrating, they get pulled back in that one last time because the flame turns red again. And then that one last parchment comes out. Somebody get it? What does it say?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. So that's actually how they pulled that off in the scene. So they had this fake, this other version of the Goblet of Fire rigged with an air cannon underneath, and they could actually put physical pieces of parchment inside this little air cannon, shoot it out, so that the actors could physically catch it. Isn't that cool? Now another example of a practical effect would actually be the proclamation boards on the wall behind you. So these proclamation boards were the actual proclamation boards in the Order of the Phoenix. You probably remember seeing these things exploding and tumbling down to the ground. They feel the same A because of foam pads, and B because they're not actually made out of real wood, they're actually made out of foam material, so they're very light. But they were rigged with special tiny explosives in the glass and on the hook, so they could send them tumbling down the proclamation wall. And then it'd only be slightly enhanced with CGI to add the fireworks and the spark effects later on. You might also remember in that sequence seeing Umbridge getting singed by one of the fireworks, yes? So now the CGI firework, that was CGI, but the dress and the smoking effect on it was physical. And Ed Marie's actually going to show that effect to you right next door.
Can I see it? It says Harry Potter.
So cool.
This is awesome. Definitely different from last time.
Dolores Umbridge. That dress was worn in Order of the Phoenix for the scene when she's chased out of the Great Hall because everybody just likes her. Staring at it, basically just like a lot of paper, so it looks really intense. And it looks great on camera, but you just get a little damp while wearing it. It's this door from the first film, on the scene when Harry Potter has all of his mail being delivered to the Dursley home. One of my favorite scenes when he's just standing there and there's envelopes flying everywhere. I've heard a lot of people tell me that they think that it's CGI'd, some of those letters. They were all very, very real letters being flown out of the front door, the fireplace, and from up above as well. The set was just like this one with no ceiling, so they were coming from all directions. About 20,000 envelopes were used on set that day. Some of those envelopes were handwritten, addressed to Harry Potter to give an authentic look for close-ups and special shots for the camera. I'm not going to drop 20,000 letters on you right now, but I am going to throw some of them at you through the front door so you know what that part is like. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And these are all for you guys to take home.
Look at this.
If you need any extras, please take them with you.
And even the bag.
Take them.
Oh, sorry.
This is the actual carpet from the movie.
Rosie, you okay?
That was awesome. At the very last set, that was the actual carpet from the movie. And we also got the Goblet of Fire Harry Potter paper and a letter that flew out the door. It looks so realistic. I love this. Behind me is an art gallery with graphic art from all the Harry Potter movies and Fantastic Beasts. Over there, you can make your own Harry Potter phone case and you can buy a bunch of Harry Potter stuff. And right over there, they have costumes from the actual movies. Let's go check out the gift shop. On the screen, this is where you make your own phone case.
Wow, look at this one. I like that. And I love, definitely.
There's a lot of Harry Potter Christmas stuff, like ornaments and stockings.
I believe they actually make.
And even Harry Potter purses for all the houses. There's even a whole little Honeydukes area.
Our designer like slides in between us. She saw my face. She's the one who designs the paper.
And there's a Harry Potter shirt that even says 2018 on it. And it's 9 3/4. Look at this cool art. Over here is Hermione's dress.
Huh?
If you got $400 lying around, then you could buy this dress. We're in the Mina Lima gallery right now. They have really cool stuff here. This area, you can purchase this stuff. These wallets are amazing. There's one for each house. Look at all this cool stuff. All of this art is by Mina Lima. This area looks so cool. I love all the the gold and all that. And I love the full graphic face.
Ain't no more than that.
20 years of magic. That's also where you get the posters at. I'll show you a little later in the video. I thought I'd show you the cool poster that I got. It features Harry Potter and the Night Bus on this poster. It was free.
Gather it all up! See them Death Eaters together! On fire! Hold it! Hold it! Hold it! A Death Eater goes! And another Death Eater! And another one! And another one! And break! Yay! One's up! One's up! One's up! Yay!
We're about to enter the second expo. It's so big in here. This is so cute. It's an infant Harry Potter with an Alamo. This is what they see in virtual reality. I did this last year. It's awesome. Behind me, you can take a Harry Potter photo where you're immediately entered to win tickets to a Harry Potter concert. Behind me, you'll see a demo for a new Harry Potter mobile game that you can get on your phones and iPads. And it's called Hogwarts Mystery. There's some live chalk art going on right now. Behind me is some Luna Lovegood chalk art. The details are amazing.
One by one, here we go.
And some other chalk arts are in progress. Over here are some props and costumes from the movie. Let's go look at them.
So the chairs are loaned to us from the Warner Brothers Studio Tour in London. They have a theme this year of practical effects. So things that you saw in the movie that you thought, oh, that's just CGI or some sort of computer trickery, were in fact real costumes, real props that actually did the function they needed it to do. So the example is Slughorn's chair right here. The whole thing is just made out of foam. If any of you were to try to sit in it right now, you're going to fall right onto the ground. And from the back side of it, there's two little holes. So the holes in the back side wrap right there to the arms. On the inside of each of those chair arms is a little wooden dowel that he was able to grasp onto, and that's how he puppeted those armrests. So of course Slughorn pops out the little head hole right there, does the famous Slughorn catchphrase. What is that? I heard it.
Merlin's beard.
Merlin's beard, yes. And then he stands up, and then as you saw Seth pick up that chair, the whole chair pretty much just collapses right at his feet. That whole scene right there, that little 30-second blip, was all a practical effect. There was no CGI, no computer trickery to that. Now, creating him from his chair and making it form his pajamas, that needed a little bit of help. But as they filmed the Harry Potter series, if they could avoid CGI and do practical effects, they would prefer to go the practical effect route to keep everything a bit more authentic.
I had a blast at the expo. Well, thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more footage like this, make sure to like and subscribe.